Senator from New Jersey.
Thank you very much. I'm reserving the right to reject. I want to begin by acknowledging the tragic loss of a New York City police officer, Dar al-Islam, last night, just about 15 miles from where I live. He made the ultimate sacrifice, bravely placing himself in harm's way to protect strangers, people he didn't know, because that's what American police officers do. This selfless commitment is a daily reminder. It's a reminder of the reality for police officers in America who risk their lives to safeguard communities. My deepest condolences go out to his family and his young children during this time of unimaginable grief. I rise today to propose an amendment to the bills before us, one that guarantees every officer in every state, like Officer Islam, has the full support they deserve in their service to our communities from this body. Sadly, this is not what the Justice Department is doing. Rather than supporting law enforcement agencies and officers equally across the nation, they are weaponizing public safety grants to punish state and local jurisdictions that resist the Trump policy agenda, including my home state of New Jersey. The Department of Justice is right now withholding funds from law enforcement agencies across the country, including New Jersey, that we have passed through this body in a bipartisan way unless they enforce the administration's unjust immigration agenda and comply with the president's unjust and unlawful executive orders and memoranda. It is disgraceful. It is unfair. It is unjust. And it is dangerously reckless towards the officers whose well-being they are jeopardizing. Officers like the ones I know personally who serve and protect New Jersey. Come on now. Federal funds should not be used for partisan political gains. They shouldn't be weaponized to benefit this state that supported the president and this state that didn't support the president. This is the shift towards authoritarianism. It is undermining the separation of powers we have here in America. This body has duly approved grants. It is our job, it is spelled out in the Constitution, that each of us has sworn an oath to protect. And this president is upending that process, violating the will of this body, Democrats and Republicans alike, in pursuit of his petty political agenda. And who is getting hurt? Well, in this case, New Jersey police officers are being hurt. New York police officers are getting hurt in the wake of a murder of a police officer in New York yesterday. This is outrageous. Public safety grants like these that I am a co-sponsor of are not meant to reward law enforcement in favored jurisdictions or state while punishing others. It shouldn't matter whether a person puts on his uniform in Texas or New Jersey. Does it matter that Officer Islam, who was killed last night in New York City, does it matter that he's a New York cop and not a North Dakota cop? Sadly, it appears that Donald Trump thinks so. And for us as a body to move forward right now is being complicit in what Donald Trump is doing. I say no. I say we stand. I say we fight. I say we reject this, and in a bipartisan way that we demand an end to this kind of constitutionally unjust carving up of the resources we approve. Think about this. In April, Donald Trump's administration cut nearly 400 public safety grants administered by its Office of Justice programs, without any notice or explanation. Think about that for a second. Programs that I supported, programs that I co-sponsored, programs that protect police officers and communities, he canceled without a justification. I have written letters to the Justice Department. They have not given a justification. I've asked in open hearings, why did you cut this funding for approved grants to states like New Jersey? No justification. I sent a letter to the DOJ signed by 30 of my colleagues demanding information about what happened and that they reinstate all grants that had been rescinded, and no action and no response. And yet today we want to move forward with needed grant programs to protect police officers, but that money won't go to New York. That money won't go to New Jersey. You gotta be kidding me. When will we stand and fight this president? This offers little consolation. Today, nobody is speaking to the organizations in New Jersey, to the police officers in New Jersey that partner with law enforcement but now lack the resources to endure a burdensome appeal to operate without critical grants or fundings now for months. When are we going to stand up as a body and defend our work, defend our jurisdiction, defend this co-equal branch of government? I ask my colleagues to pass these bills with my amendment, to provide resources to law enforcement agencies with this important provision that safeguards these grants from politicization and ensures that all law enforcement agencies have their fair chance to secure these important grants. Our officers have the hardest job in America. Every day they put their lives on the line. Why would we do something today that's playing into the president's politics and is going to hurt the officers in states like mine? I believe in these bills. I'm a co-sponsor on some. And that's why I'm standing here to fight to ensure police departments in New Jersey aren't excluded from accessing these vital funds. Our officers have just as much of a right as officers in other states. So do officers in California, in New York, in Illinois, in Washington, and other states that have been the target of this Department of Justice. I am an American. I pledge allegiance to that flag. Liberty and justice for all. Pass my amendment and make sure that all officers in America who put their lives on the line have access to these grants. I ask that consent be modified, the bill be modified, that my amendments to S-180, S-419, S-539, S-1316, and S-1563, which are at the desk, also be agreed to. And the bills as amended, if amended, be considered read a third time and passed in block so that all police officers in America can get the intended resources that the Judiciary Committee passed unanimously for American police.